Janome.
Hey everyone, it's Janome Man, aka Michael Smith, and yes, I'm here live from Las Vegas to debut, ta-da, here it is, the fabulous Janome Continental M17. You can see what a gorgeous machine this is, huge embroidery space, and let's turn it on and see that beautiful 10-inch LCD screen here, and oh look, we have a secondary screen here in the middle as well. It is so fabulous. There are so many fabulous new features, so of course you can look forward to more videos and more Janome Life blogs and all of our Janome Canada social media, Janome HQ social media that we're going to be sharing and showing this whole fabulous machine, so definitely stay tuned. So as a quick overview, because of course everybody wants to get in on this machine and check it all out. So again, as an overview, here is your fabulous Janome Continental M17. If you think of the Janome Continental M7 with the capability of our top-of-the-line MemoryCraft 15000 Quilt Maker, the two of those machines kind of mashed together is basically the Continental M17 with a whole bunch of new features debuting with this machine as well. So it's a lot of features that we're already familiar with in many Janome machines, like stop-start button, the needle up-down, reverse, lock stitch, the scissor button, the presser foot auto lift, and the automatic needle threader, the speed control. Those functions are on a lot of Janome machines, but again, there's more functions here with the Continental M17. Particularly all of these commonly used buttons, again, are right over the needle area, so it's great visibility. Even when we've got those projects that are built up around the needle area, then these buttons are up higher, so then they're always visible within easy reach. One thing that Janome did for the Continental M17, look at all this space. It's literally carved back, so we have better visibility here of the needle. So isn't that fabulous? Great visibility. Look at all that beautiful LED lighting. So again, great visibility. We've got 13.5 inches here to the right of the needle, like on our Continental M7. But again, the Continental M17 is like that Continental M7, but with the embroidery capabilities. So yes, as we tour the machine here, we've got the control knobs, just like we have on the Continental M7, that do the needle width and length. But look, as you'll see out of our industry first with our two LCD screens, this middle screen, you'll see this little bar here indicates the needle drop position. This is the needle width here. We've got 91 needle positions for our 9mm machine, so we can adjust it here with the knobs. We can adjust it by touching the LCD screen, plus to move it over, or minus, or we can also use the beautiful new, look at that gorgeous stylus debuting with this new machine. So we could use the stylus to touch the plus or minus button, or we could simply just drag that bar up and down. So isn't that cool? So there's so many different things we can do, so many different ways we can adjust the machine. So that's for our width. This is for our length. And again, we could just touch that slider, or we can touch it plus or minus, or we can use the stitch length dial here. So again, we've got lots of adjustments. Now, we don't have to worry about recording any of those adjustments. We can just go back to default here, and that restores it exactly as it was. Now on this middle LCD screen, again, we always have that width and length. When we're in regular sewing mode, we have, this is our needle tension here that we can adjust. This is the pressure on our presser foot. Again, that is always going to be here when we are in our ordinary sewing mode. When we're in embroidery mode, then this screen changes to a lot of those common functions we use for embroidery. So it's great having them here. And as well, we do have the adjustments here on our giant LCD screen. The, again, width and the length and the needle tension, the presser foot adjustment, or we can also go into our adjustment menu for even more adjustments. where we have all of those as well as our favorite stitches. So we can record all those changes that we make to our stitches. So again, a lot of our other Janome machines have that favorite stitch function. So that's also included in the M17. So if you're already familiar with a lot of Janome machines, again, you're not going to be overwhelmed with this machine at all. You're already familiar with a lot of those functions, but again, we've got way more on this as well. On our giant LCD screen here, we have things like, oh yes, our auto pivot that will have the needle in the down position whenever we're ready to stop sewing, and the presser foot will raise automatically, but the needle stays down. This is to drop the feed automatically, and now we got the icon to change to our PDH foot, for example, our free motion darning foot. So that's great. So then to raise our feed dogs, a simple touch on the LCD screen. How perfect is that? Here is our AccuFeed button. So we press that and we get the machine prompting us to make sure we have the proper presser foot holder and presser foot. And now it's changed to our AD AccuFeed Flex foot. So again, the machine does a lot of thinking for you. So that's definitely one of the pluses. You'll see a lot of the zigzag stitches and decorative stitches have all grayed out, because then they're not compatible with the AccuFeed Flex function. So it's wonderful that we can do everything. And oh, look, a special guest here live from Las Vegas. And another special guest. I love my Janome America colleagues. It's so cute. They can tell you even more about this machine as well. We're all going to be doing lots of lives and lots of videos. And of course, we're going to be doing lives in the new Facebook group, the Continental Club, on the Janome America's Facebook group. So make sure that you join that to find out more of this machine. So when we want to disengage AccuFeed Flex, boom, so simple. So easy. Now we've got a special function here debuting on the Continental M17, this floating mode. So now we can adjust the height of the presser foot. So when we're sewing along and we have any fabric that's creeping along, we can simply adjust the height of that presser foot to smooth out any of that fabric creeping without having to go into our settings mode and changing the default of the presser foot height. We can do it here in our floating mode. So again, there's going to be a lot more videos and Janome Life blogs all about these features here. This is just, again, a quick little overview. There's so much to it. Oh, we've got all of the stitch charts here built into the machine. But speaking of stitch charts, because we have a lot of new stitch categories debuting with the Continental M17. Speaking of stitch charts, ooh, when I open our beautiful lid here, you'll see, hey, where are all the stitches? Well, there's no way we could have the 850 stitches built in all here on display. So Janome has created, here are your stitch categories, lots of new categories, including a seasons category, lifestyle, animals, kids. It's a lot easier to find a lot of those decorative stitches. So, but when you want to find all your actual stitches, here we've got these cute little, zoom in close, cute little stitch charts. They're magnetic of all the stitch categories. And they will simply fix up to these magnets here. Boom, isn't that easy? So you can go through all of your stitch charts, find the stitches that you would like, and put them up here in your magnets. Now the magnets are also handy, for things like your screwdriver and your scissors, things that you always need handy. Isn't that great? You can just hang them up on your magnet there, so you can always find it. You've got a little hub here that you can put your commonly used presser feet. Now when we get into threading the machine, oh look, our telescoping thread stand retracts into the machine, and we can close the lid whenever we need to transport the machine. So we never have to worry about the thread mast getting damaged or the spool pins. Look at that, isn't that so cool? They retract as well. So again, if we're going to travel with this machine at all, or whenever we're not using it, you can take down the thread mast, close the lid, and everything stays secure. When you're ready to sew, boom, pop those up, so easy. There's of course the diagram here to show you how to thread it all. And again, look forward to more videos that I'm preparing for our Janome HQ YouTube channel, so make sure that you follow us there. I'll of course be showing more of this machine on our Janome HQ Instagram series, and I'm going to be doing some special Janome Canada Facebook Lives also showing more in this machine. So you definitely want to stay hooked up to our Janome Canada and Janome HQ social media, and of course our Janome Life blog for more of this fabulous machine. Now when we get into embroidery mode, let's X out of there. When we want to switch to our sewing and embroidery mode here, we can hit our home button. And then one thing I love, you know, the Janome t-shirt that we have in many of our machines, which is sewing applications menu. Well, now we actually have a real t-shirt to show that. We've got our ordinary sewing mode, our embroidery mode. So actually, let's just go into embroidery very quickly. Now you're going to see this giant, gorgeous carriage over here. The first for Janome, normally our embroidery machines have the embroidery carriage in the back, but because this is so huge, the largest embroidery space in the market, we have a big giant hoop. There are a total of 5 hoops included with your machine. This is the big Mac Daddy hoop. This is 11 inches by 18.1. This is the big RE46D hoop. And you'll notice it is black, whereas the other hoops are the usual, you know, beige, cream color. But this hoop is black because it is reinforced with carbon fibers that are 10 times stronger than iron. So, of course, with such a big hoop, we needed the strength of those carbon fibers, so this hoop is not going to be jumping around anywhere. And this embroidery carriage being so big and so solid, it's definitely not going to be jumping around anywhere. This is a whole new gantry style of the embroidery carriage, totally new for Janome, but it's fantastic. And even the way this hoop attaches, it's so cool. Now you'll see the way it attaches, totally new for Janome as well. These two are reinforced with carbon fiber. Let's go into some beautiful designs here, and we can search by, we can search by, there we go. I'll move here. There we go. We can search by embroidery design here. We've got 1,230 designs built into this machine, 225 new designs that have never been shown ever. So we can scroll through the different categories. Beautiful. Or we can also, again, go by hoop size here. So we've got them all labeled. So I have the smaller hoop, which is 3.9 by 3.9, the SQ10D hoop. So I can select SQ10D, and here are all my designs. Let's put this cute little duck there selecting. Look at that gorgeous embroidery hoop. It moves so smoothly. And again, this is the cool system of just snapping this hoop into place. So simple, so easy. Great if you've got some carpal tunnel, some arthritis. So simple, you don't have to worry about tightening any little knobs. When you want to remove it, simply release that clamp and up it comes. Now you'll notice all the embroidery hoops as well, they have this cool quick release lever as well. It makes it hooping your fabric so easy. So that's fabulous. Now you do have this giant embroidery space, but you have even more space. Look, these lids come off. There's 2 of them. We call them wings. There's 2 wings, one at the back and one at the front here. So these will come off. And then we have some storage here for all of our accessories. And then we can take the larger wing and snap it on. Boom. So there we go. So now we have lots of room to support that giant embroidery hoop, but as well for even our regular sewing. I leave my machine set up like this always. So when I'm doing regular sewing, and when I'm going back into sewing mode, then again, we go back to our home button, we hit ordinary sewing, and then our embroidery carriage is going to park in the home position, and then now we have all of that space there to the left of our needle for our regular sewing. Now, if you already have a Continental M7 or you're interested in that extension table that came included with Continental M7, it is available separately. So you could detach your embroidery carriage and put on that Continental M7 table as well. It'll fit perfectly around the bed of the machine, so you don't have to worry about that. So again, there's so many options here with the Continental M17. Now, one of the other new exciting features of this machine, there's so much that comes included with this machine that, again, look forward for more videos. But, oh yes, our big case here with all of our accessories, but one special thing. Yes, look at that. Or maybe I'll move this out of the way. Yes, look at this beautiful stitch regulator. So here it is specifically underneath that little window. This is the built-in stitch regulator, the AccuStitch regulator that attaches into the back of the machine, goes around the presser foot bar there. And the cool thing is all of these feet come off. It's very similar to AccuFeed Flex. So it's very cool. Here is the open toe version, but then debuting as well as an industry first, there is a ruler work foot. So I will collect all of these. There's 4 feet that come included for the AccuStitch regulator. So there is the closed toe version, and here is the clear view quilting foot version. And again, these feet are very similar that are in many of our Janome machines, but now they are adapted for that AccuStitch regulator. Now here is the ruler work foot, again, industry first. So ruler work with your stitch regulation. Isn't that cool? And again, I look forward to more videos because it's way too much to explain all in one video. But I'll show you everything in upcoming videos on how to do everything. Now here, beautiful accessory case that comes with, and things like our optic magnifiers that again come with so many Janome machines. We've got the extra needle plates here of the HP needle plate and the straight stitch needle plate. I have videos on the Janome HQ YouTube channel that goes through this whole accessory case and show you what everything is included and when you would use it. And again, even more, we have embroidery couching for this machine as well, that similar feature that we have in the MemoryCraft 15000. So we also have it here in your Continental M17. Again, all your accessories. It comes with so much. We have another new feature like, oh yes, our PM laser embroidery foot. There is the laser here, attaches to the back of the machine just like the AccuStitch regulator, and this will shine a laser light down for that precise embroidery placement. So Janome, again, I was always listening to the feedback. Many people have requested that over the years, and now they have it with this machine. Also coming with this machine is your Artistic Digitizer Junior software. So you can not only edit your embroidery designs, you can create your own and send them to the machine. There are some new apps debuting with this machine as well, like the AccuAssist is basically your built-in instruction manual, and our Embroidery Link app that you can start creating and editing on your iPad and send it directly to your machine. And good standbys like AccuSetter app, of course, for your embroidery placement are also compatible with this machine. And the best part is a lot of these apps are now newly redeveloped, so they will work with your iPad and your Android device. So for all you non-iPad users, you will definitely rejoice that you can use a lot of the Janome apps now with your Android device and your brand new Continental M17. So that, in a really big whirlwind, is your fabulous new Continental M17. And again, look forward to more upcoming presentations when more time allow. But at least this is your sneak peek here live from Las Vegas. So happy sewing.